Welcome to the Husky Football Review. I'm Chad Summers alongside Coach Josh Floyd, head coach of the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies. And after a tough game with Vestavia Friday night, 14-3 was the final score. Kind of a sloppy game in several respects. The weather was torrential. It was terrible. But you know, it had some things we can improve on as well.
Definitely, yeah. You know, there were some rough conditions that obviously had to postpone the game an hour, but I thought that really didn't affect our kids much. You know, I think we came out, and you could tell because we came out and played pretty well. Second drive of the game, we drove the ball all the way down to the 1 yard line, didn't score. You know, had a few mistakes down there in the red zone, and but overall, I think our defense played really well. Gave up a couple plays in the second half, but really played well, especially well enough to win. So, you know, we just got to get some things fixed on offense. It's still some of the same stuff we've been struggling with, and we're just going to keep trying to get it fixed.
Absolutely. Coach, what does, and you said the weather didn't affect your team, but when you have a delay like that, how do you manage that with the team? How do you get them to throttle down for an hour? Because
Sure.
I know every Friday's the same.
Sure. Well, I mean, we just try to keep them relaxed in the locker room and just have them lay down and take a nap or whatever. And you know, we were able to postpone it early enough that we weren't even at the stadium yet. We were still here at the field house. But you know, since we play, obviously, you know, we have to drive to our home game, so it was actually a good thing on Friday night being able to do that, because we just kind of hung out in the locker room for an extra hour. And like I said, I think they handled it pretty well, especially, once again, I mean, you look at how we came out and played. I mean, I think we played pretty well in the first quarter. We just didn't score a touchdown there when we should have, and our defense had a couple 3 and outs. You know, so I don't really think it really affected our team any.
Well, I know you couldn't see it, but Karen Johns led an army of volunteers. There was a lake on the other side of Jackwood Stadium. A drain wasn't draining right, and I mean, they made a lake just disappear for Vestavia. Wish they wouldn't have now, but you know.
Well, we need to thank those people, because I did get to see some of it, and I mean, it was a miracle that we ended up getting to play Friday night, because I went over there about 4:30 or so, and I didn't think there was any way we were going to be able to play. So I was very appreciative of all the people that helped get that thing ready.
They certainly did a good job. Well, let's take a look at the highlights under the call of Zach Steele and Mark Wright.
Incomplete, and the Huskies now face a 2nd and 10. He has Moore in the backfield with him this time. Thomas throws. He's got Street, who had it for a moment, gets upended, and it's incomplete. Crowder will pitch around the corner. He's not going to get to his marker.
Looks like Tanner Harwell.
McElwain comes up and stops him
49.
short. This time Thomas with Street in the backfield, and he will keep on the zone read. A lot of room for Zach Thomas. He's going to cross the 40 and take it out to the 44. Thomas alone in the backfield. Going to be in some trouble here. He's going to try to break a tackle. He will break a tackle, spins, and he will actually wind up picking up a few yards as he'll take it inside the 20. Nice run by Zach Thomas. Somehow managed to pick up 4. He's got Street in the backfield with him. This time he's going to hand off around the side. That's Devin. I'm sorry, that's Deontay Wilson, who's going to take it down to about the 10. So Thomas this time with Street in the backfield. Going to fake to Street. Thomas, little run pass option. He's going to keep. He's going to try to get to the goal line, and he is going to be stopped just a bit short. 4th and goal. Thomas is going to keep all the way. He's going to try to get in, and he will not. He'll be stopped short. Goal line stand for the Vestavia Rebels, and the Huskies are held out of the end zone. Moore in the backfield with him. And another penalty on this play. He's got Meadows wide open, still on his feet as he's at about the 47-yard line, but this one's going to come back for an illegal motion penalty. From thus far in this one, they will turn, and he will fake and throw downfield. He's got a man open, but he overthrew him by about 5 yards. And it's the 30-yard line. They will give inside to their fullback, a little belly play, and he's got a lot of room to run. He'll take it up to all the way to the 47-yard line. Going to get right to the 40-yard line. Just outside, they will give to Gosden again, and he's going to be hit hard that time. But
I think with forward progress, they're going to give him the first.
Yeah, they'll give him his first down, but he got hit hard. He will come hurrying up to the line, about 10 on the play clock. And he's going to be back to throw, and nobody's open. He's going to take off and try to run. Akfaji's got him in the backfield, and he will be sacked at the 31-yard line. David Akfaji, nice play from that young man. For the Rebels, 34 seconds and ticking. They're going to pitch to Minor. He's going to get up and fumble the football.
We got it.
Huskies have it.
Big play there. Jalen Williams came up with a fumble.
Didn't see who popped him, but The ball squirted loose. Number 45. That's Carter Jacobs. They will pitch to Jacobs. A little bit of room to run. Jacobs up the middle, and he's got about 13 yards. Down. Crowder will pitch to Jacobs. He'll take it around the corner this time, and he's got a lot of room to run, and he's going to take it inside the 10. Finally knocked out of bounds by Devin Reed, but there are penalty flags on this one, so hold everything. Play clock approaching 5. Crowder will give inside to Godson, and he's hit hard.
Is that Deontay?
Deontay yes. Comes up and pops him. 2nd and 9. They will play action here, going deep, got a man open and caught. So a nice pass and catch there. Samuel Harvey makes the catch. It's Carter at tailback for Vestavia. And they're just gonna sneak it. He's gonna try to spin for it, and he is close. They will give him a touchdown. Street in motion. Thomas back to throw this time. They're gonna set the screen pass up to Moore. Got a little room. Moore's gonna take it across the 40 and knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Well, they're gonna send Iggy in motion. We'll see what we do here. They are gonna go for this. Gonna look for Iggy, throws, got a man. It's Dalton Meadows. First down, Huskies. Big 4th down conversion. They will fake to Street, looking to throw, got a man, tipped up and incomplete. TJ's got it up and it's good. And the Huskies are on the board with 11:39 left to go in the ball game. To get the sky kick again from TJ. He will kick it high and short. Fair catch called and made. Fumbled. Let's see who got it. I think 35. The Huskies have the ball. Huskies do have the ball.
It looked like 35.
35.
Was that Dylan?
Dylan Cook. Big recovery for number 35. Moore. Keep nothing there.
Nothing.
And he's going to lose a couple. And they are still going to go for this. Thomas going to let it fly. He's got Meadows open, and it's caught. No, drop.
Heartbreaker.
Huskies, they got to come up with a stop here. They will sweep this time. Whoa, nice job that time. Bailey McElwain absolutely blew that one up. Here for the Rebels. They will get the play off. They are going to play action here. He's looking over the middle, got a man open and caught.
Great catch.
And a penalty on the play.
Yeah. Great concentration and catch right there.
To make a play here. Quarterback keeper, he dives for it. He's in. Touchdown Rebels. Thomas will have Street in the backfield with him, and he'll roll the pocket. Looking for somebody open. Gonna let one fly. He's got Meadows open, and he makes the catch at the 30, 20, 10. He's gonna go.
Flag on
touchdown.
The play.
Huskies and a flag. Hold everything. A lot of pressure, and Zach's in trouble, and he's going down at the 10. They brought the house that time, and they got him.
Well, Coach, like we said, tough game, a lot of opportunity left on the field. You never want to leave points on the field. From where I sat, it looked like we left 3 touchdowns. We had the touchdown called back, which and I know it's a rule, and I know I'm a fan, and you probably feel differently. But you know, if a play is that far down the field, and it's not going to, you know, we had the illegal receiver downfield that called the touchdown back. Mm-hmm. It drives me crazy when an official will call that, and it really doesn't affect the play, because the play is 60 yards downfield, and mm-hmm. It's ticky-tack to me. But you know, I guess that's why I'm in the stands and not a coach or official.
Guess so, yeah. Well, I mean, we obviously had some calls that you know that hurt us, and we just got to do a better job, because we keep hurting ourselves. I looked in the red zone during that second drive. We talked about where we got stuck there. We had 4 plays, and honestly, we had missed assignments on all 4 plays. And you know, no offense to Vestavia Hills, they deserve credit for stopping us right there, but there were 4 times there that they didn't have as much to do with it as much as us ourselves just not executing. So we've got to do a better job in the red zone. That's a big part of football games. You watch that every Saturday and Sunday. Teams that score in the red zone have a lot better chance of winning. And so we've obviously got to do a better job there. Had a big touchdown called back there at the end that was just tough on us. And so we're probably leading the state in touchdowns called back right now, and that's not a good stat to be leading the state in. And so we've got to do a better job of just controlling ourselves and being more disciplined.
Well, and again, as a native Trustvillian, and we were talking before the show, I've never seen a season where we've played this many what I call name opponents. I mean, there's no every week you got to bring your A game, but every week. I mean, we played Tuscaloosa County. Should have beaten, in my opinion, Tuscaloosa County handily, and they ran Spain Park last week. We've got to. We're in every game, and the offense that we have and the team that we have, you can tell that the product on the field is getting there. We're just that close.
Right, we are, and I told the kids yesterday, I'm sick of saying we're close. I mean, it's time to jump that hurdle and get there. And so it is. I mean, it's a tough region. I mean, it's every single week. I mean, you're gonna have to bring your A game, and anybody can beat anybody. I think there's a lot of teams that are pretty even, and so it's going to come down to things like red zone scoring. It's going to come down to penalties. It's going to come down to a lot of those, a turnover here or there. That's one thing I think we at least held on to the ball. We protected the ball on Friday. We got a couple turnovers on their side, so that's one thing we did pretty well. We haven't been turning the ball over a ton this year, so we haven't been doing that. It's all about penalties right now. I mean, I think if we can fix the penalties, then we got a chance to be pretty good on offense.
Right, and right now as we look at the stats, you can tell, and there was no turnovers, no fumbles, no interceptions. Our rushing yards we had over 100 yards rushing. Actually ran almost 60 plays, had more plays than Vestavia did. Is just some of the miscues and things that can be cleaned up that got us in the end. Well, each week we're meeting the assistant coaches here at Hewitt-Trussville High School, and today we're going to meet Coach Rudy Griffin.
My name is Rudy Griffin, and I coach defensive line and also the co-defensive coordinator here at Hewitt-Trussville. My hometown is Augusta, Georgia. I've been coaching ever since 2006. So that's roughly about 10 years, almost 10 years now, coaching, high school and college. Yes, I coached college. I coached at my very first coaching job, and I always joke about this because my wife actually lived in every time zone. My very first coaching job was in South Dakota State University. I was there for a season. I left South Dakota State and I took a high school coaching job at Worth County High School in Georgia. Left Worth County. Took over the defensive coordinator job at Demopolis High School, where we won a state title in 2009. And I left there and I took a college coaching job at Washington State University. Was there for a year, left there, Washington State, and was at Idaho State University for 2 years. Then Navarro Junior College, Birmingham Southern, and Hewitt. I played at University of Alabama, started at defensive tackle there. And I'm real proud of that because during the time I was there in 2005, we was under a lot of sanctions, and we actually put together a great season. My senior year, we won 10 ball games, won the Cotton Bowl, and kind of right the ship of what Alabama's doing right now. So I'm proud of the university and happy for those guys. Well, my wife Kamiko, she's from California, and actually this is her very first time actually in Alabama, and so I'm kind of trying to get her used to the Alabama Roll Tide spirit. But we have 4 kids, all the way aging from 10 all the way down to 2, 1 boy, 3 girls. So we got a house full. Well, I like to eat. I know, as you can tell. Me and my wife, we like all types of variety of different foods, but mostly a lot of ethnic foods, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, you name it. Soul food, you name it, I can eat it. My wife's a great chef. She is, but sometimes I like to pamper ourselves, so we eat out a bunch. I think the hardest thing to coach on the high school level at D-line is hand placement and pad level. And also block recognition. It's kind of like 3 things. And the way that I kind of teach my guys, we kind of do a different technique, kind of which nobody nobody's teaching. I call this called a match step technique. And the way that we teach it is it really kind of breaks the game down and slows the game down for those guys to help them be able to recognize the blocks, be able to place their hands, and also play a great pad level. Oh man, the craziest thing that I have ever done, wow. I have to say, man, I cannot, let's see, the craziest thing that I have ever done had to be, I guess when I was at Alabama, we was getting ready to play University of Auburn, play Auburn. And the night before we play Auburn, we had to have two hotels because Auburn fans, they break into our hotel and they trick the fire alarm and do all this other stuff. So what I did, is I stayed up all night because I knew we was gonna have to change hotels. So I stayed up all night and I caught one of the fans tricking the fire alarm. And so we I caught one of them, me and my roommate kind of caught him and just scared him a little bit. So that was a crazy deal for me.
Well, Coach, as we wrap up today, again, like we said, the best thing about a football season is 7 days later you have another chance to go out there and get that taste out of your mouth. And this week at Spain Park, what do we look at this week when we face them?
Sure. Well, obviously Spain Park's a great program, a team that's very well coached. They've got some really good players. They have some really good players on defense. A few weeks ago they scored 52. They didn't score as many last week. They struggled a little bit against Tuscaloosa County, but T County's got a solid defense, and so 2 weeks ago they scored 50-something points, and so they lit it up. And it's going to be a tough opponent, obviously, like every single week. We're going to their place, so we need a big crowd. We need our dog pound there. We need all our fans there, and we just need everybody to stay with us and stay with this team. I mean, this team is really close, and like I said, I'm sick of saying that, and we want to take that next step, but we really are. So so I hope that everybody in the community will stay with these guys. That they deserve that kind of support, and hopefully we'll try to get our first W in 7A.
Well, it's definitely a product worth supporting, and that was one of the things I was most impressed with against Vestavia. With all the rain and torrential downpour, we still had a pretty good crowd, even after the rain.
Sure.
So that speaks a lot of our fans, and are going to need you this Friday night at Spain Park as we kick off at 7 o'clock this Friday night. Now, as you can see, they are putting the stripes on the field. The Husky is at midfield. The stadium is really coming along. It's going to be really important when we open up, hopefully on October 3rd against Oak Mountain, that you're here for opening night. Going to need a big crowd that night. But we also need your help on the road this week at Spain Park this Friday night at 7. And also the following week when we play Gadsden City. Gadsden City, of course, that's a good trip to go and maybe hit top of the river beforehand. That's what we're going to do. But we need your support. It's going to be an exciting year. It's been an exciting year so far, and it's a year that you can have and recorded in your library by ordering game DVDs, both single game and DVDs of the entire season, by emailing hdhsaf@gmail.com. That's hdhsaf@gmail.com. You can order single game and game DVDs of the entire season. Well, that's been it for the Husky football review this week. For Karen Johns, athletic director, and also head coach Josh Floyd, I'm Chad Summers. Hope to see you this Friday night against Spain Park. Go Huskies!